New pilot language.
It was crazy though, cause it really was like that. You know, it's only so much you could talk about, and I'm in one spot every day. You know, so it's like I'm trying to bring things to the conversation, and sometimes your family they be cell shocked every time they pick up the phone, cause like, dang, this nigga really in prison. So they be kind of, damn it, they be kind of trying to figure out how can I support and still be shocked that you locked up, and then you trying to come with the conversations to ease the tension. You know what I'm saying? Like let everybody breathe. Let me tell you about my day, but then my day consists of what? Waiting all day till I pop out and work out and take a shower and get on the phone and call you and then go right back in the room. So then it comes to a point where it's like, well, what's up with so-and-so or what's going on? That's why I'm not really mad at Young Thug. I don't know if you heard about that. They got him on a jail phone talking about everybody. Talking about everybody. I'm talking about going crazy.
With the racks, with Kendrick.
I hope he do it.
So do I.
He don't take no money, do he?
No. He wouldn't do that.
Oh, that fake. I ain't getting on no rapper song shit. I don't be liking them type nigga like that. You nigga get too big. I don't want to do no feature. Why? Why you don't want to do no feature? Why wouldn't you want to do a feature for a superstar? Like, you ain't like goddamn Strict calling you for a song, you know? Like,
yeah.
You really got Lil Durk calling you for a song, Lil Baby, Dawg, real superstar calling you for a song. Why wouldn't you do the song? We lit, nigga. We going number 1, 2. Fuck you thinking? You know, it's just like, I don't be understanding that type of shit. Supposed to be a nigga who bless a nigga. That's why them niggas will never be bigger than Drake, ever in life. I saw the girl, Gorilla.
Yeah.
Why do people say she pretty? That be ugly as fuck. Long ass, bullshit ass wig, skinny shit. Goddamn, big ass head, big mouth. Man, watch out. Why be the biggest artist in the world on YouTube? Why wouldn't J. Cole do a song with him? Like, come on, bro. You ain't never in your life sold more record than this boy, this young nigga. Fuck is you thinking? Like, niggas just be on that. Oh, I don't like your music, or I ain't doing no music with you. Man, nigga don't like y'all nigga music neither. Nigga don't really like that shit you talking about. Andre 3000, you one of the biggest artists in the world. You became one of the biggest artists in the world. But you ain't helped nobody. You ain't put nobody on. Now you vintage. Now you goddamn can't put out a song and go top 50. You ain't never just paid attention. Me and him ain't been tight in a minute. What's wrong with you, fool? You trying to, I don't know what image you trying to get off to these girls, but you an idiot, nigga. Like, everything you know a nigga teaching you, I done taught you. Like, cut it out, bro. Like, when he by himself, he just be all ears, bro. Like, and that's the crazy part. Like, when I talk to him about God, when I talk to him about certain things, he just don't know that he retarded to certain things. He don't know nothing but music.
But that's why I'm not mad at him, because it be like that sometimes when you get out of that 23-and-1. You in the room all day. If you not reading, if you not working out, if you not, listening to music, or writing somebody or writing yourself, you gonna be kind of like tense in that room. And then soon you get out, you're gonna try to go out to some type of, identity close to yourself. And what is that? Your family. So you're gonna get on that phone, you're gonna call, and you're gonna reminisce about what happened when you was this person. You're gonna reminisce what happened with that person, because you're trying to escape being trapped in a cage. But if brother's not mindful of that, they'll just be saying anything on the phone, because I know for me, I had to work out, I had to write people, and I had to listen to music just to keep my mind kind of circulating, because I felt like my mind was circulating and, trying to figure out what really happened while taking breaths to find something else that challenged my mind. Then what I'm going to do every time, I'm going to skip going to the shower. Because remind you, I'm only out 23-and-1. I'm only out for an hour. So I'm going to skip going to the shower. I'm going to skip going to get something to eat at the commissary, because I don't like the cafeteria food. So I'm going to skip going to the commissary to buy food that I like and I want to cook. And I'm just going to be on that phone. I'm on the phone for 15 minutes. So I'm just going to stay on the phone, and they call it double clicking, where you just sit there and call people all the time. So I'm just going to just keep double clicking. Before you know it, I'm not taking a shower. I'm not eating properly because I'm only eating your dinner meal comes at 3:00. After that, you're done. So you eating at 6 in the morning. You're eating at 12ish, and you eating at 3, and then you're done. So if I'm not going to commissary, do other things to help eat, then what I'm not eating, I'm not bathing and washing. I'm just trapped within the last time I felt like I was on top. I'm trapped into the last time I felt comfortable before I had to realize what's really going on in front of my face. I'm trapped in that. Because I'm too scared to really acknowledge what's going on, so I'm just stuck on to, man, you remember what such did, such and such? I can't believe that. Hey, what he doing right now? Oh, he doing that. He doing that. You remember he was doing that? And I'm just going somewhere else into the simple fact is, why the fuck I'm on 23-1? And I got to rate. And when my doors pop and they let me out, I'm running down the stairs. I'm racing to that phone. And when I race and get to that phone and dial that number, I'm not getting up. I would stab you before. Some dudes would stab you before they get up. They would go to segregation. They would go to the hole. They go to a point where they can't really get on the phone no more just to stay on the phone. Because when you go to the hole, you're not getting on the phone. But I would take you there with you. And I want you to know that because this is all I got. So I would crash out. But I understand how that could be because when you sitting there and you're not really trying to process it, you just trying to figure out how can I finesse the next play. You run into that tornado. You run into that storm. And to that point when you realize, not only do I got to look in this mirror, but you realize that, damn, I got to start reflecting and really putting this puzzle together. You're going to be on the phone saying anything. Now, hearing his newest song, I Miss My Dogs, I like that. I appreciate that song because he was vulnerable, he was speaking his truth, and he was highlighting every person that he said something crazy about, while he was locked up. But I can't sit here and be like, oh, he a nut-ass nigga, he a clown. I can't do all that because I know being in that situation, it can get like that if you're not prepared. And what I mean by prepared is waking up and just choosing like, all right, you know what? I got to sit down and figure this out. You know what I'm saying? Like just choosing to just take it somewhere different because in all them hours in that room, you in control. But you got to realize you control by this setting your tone and your energy. Just setting your tone and your energy and just figuring out, all right, this shit feel bad. This hurt. How can I get to a point where I ain't got to feel this hurt no more? But if you not doing that, oh, yeah. You at the door. You at the door all day. All day. You not on that still mat. You not using the bathroom. You not washing your face. You not brushing your teeth. You're not laying down or reading a book. You at that door. They can't even see in your room. They just see you at the door staring, looking at the clock, waiting for the door to pop so I can race to the phone. And I will stab you if you in my way. Like, come on, that's crazy. But that was real life. At one point in time, that was real life. So you just see things like that, you just like, dang. Yeah, I gotta figure this out because if it makes sense in my mind to stab somebody over a phone that don't belong to me and I'm trapped in the system that's going to exploit me, to go to another stage of this finesse and I can't even use the phone no more, it's a lot of questions I got to ask within myself. Before I stab that man, before I beat this man up, before the police come and tase me, I got tased twice in prison. That hurts. I'm going to tell you that story a little later. But when I got tased twice, I got pepper sprayed. I got threatened by police. I got chased by police. I got everything else. But I never got pepper sprayed.
That's a different level.
No, not pepper. I never got tased.
That's a different.
What?
Yeah.
Twice. I got tased twice in one fight. That's another story.
Damn, I got questions.
Let's focus on what's going on. Just, I got a question. So now I'm listening to this album, just shaking my head down. I'm confused. I don't know how we got here. You know, before I'm vibing, you know, I'm turned. I'm like, all right, yeah, this gonna be a slap. I'm gonna play this for the rest of the month. I heard that ER. I said, oh man, he's making it difficult. I never seen somebody get in their way so much since my brother came home. Constantly after constantly getting in his own way. What was the point of the ER? And then he cleaned it up. I'm calling my ops ER. I'm not gonna call my op that. You could be my op. That's cool. I can go to sleep with that. But why do I need to say this? We already replaced this word. Why do I need to bring this word back? It was crazy hearing that, because the only thing that kind of got me like upset or really confused, Thugga know how to sell out a concert. We as fans, and I'm a fan, we as fans gonna pull up to Thugga shows. And it's not only black people, it's people from all over the world with all these different races. So you're gonna have people that's so confident and love you so much and be blindly or directly, either or, right? They can not know what they're doing. They could be feeling more comfortable doing it because they hear you say it and you're putting it in the space for them to say it. They're gonna be screaming ER. So we're gonna have all these different races looking at you screaming ER. ER, ER, ER. From the top of their lungs. I can't perform like that. I can't do no concert like that. And still keep it, you know, where it's good energy. Like, that's crazy. But you still dropped it. And it's still out. And you still gonna get your show money. And you gonna go on tours. And now you saying this. After I got past that headache, the song that he got with Cardi, I liked it. Cardi did good. She was talking crazy. I enjoyed it. The song with 21, the song with Baby. It slaps on there. It slaps on there. You'll really enjoy. Once you get past that storm, that headache, you know, when you still dizzy and you hear the next track and it's kind of a little better, it'll bring you back. But just for me to hear that, I'm just like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. I don't want to look at your live stream for your concert and just seeing these people scream this out. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see you nowhere or be in that same arena and I got to look beside me and there's somebody who look nothing like me. ER. Like, that's trauma. I'm laughing through it, but that's trauma. If I'm at a concert and I'm enjoying myself and I'm catching the vibe and I got to look beside me or behind me or in front of me and I'm hearing ER. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You got to remember the fans sometimes. I don't not nobody want to be an artist. I don't not nobody want to be creative and make people think or question things or be, what's the other type of word? What's the word, Joe? Where people want to be exciting and have you be in all the tabloids. Provocative. I'm not knocking nobody doing that. But we got to be conscious of what we really doing in real time. It's real outside. I don't know that, brother, no. But it's real outside right now. It's real outside with multiple groups and all over the United States. The last thing we need is to be at a concert hearing ER. I don't like that. I don't. You know, the brother, like I said, once I got past that, I enjoyed his album. I hope his album do good. And I hope he really think about what he did and we can, you know, learn from this situation, even down to the cover art. Cause he's saying, he was joking with the cover art. He was just, being creative. I guess being entertaining. I'm not even really sweating the cover art because it is what it is. But that word and that history and that tone, it's gonna be some people, like I said, that's saying it because they just like the song, and there's gonna be some people that's saying it and they want all the disrespect, but they're gonna hide it and pocket it within. I'm just vibing to Thug. I'm right beside you. I'm here too. I'm just vibing to Thug. ER. Nah, you're not. You're not vibing the Thug. No, you co-signing fuckery. Plain and simple. Cause I heard him say on another podcast. Cause I'm gonna tell you his example and why he did it, but it still don't make sense to me. On another podcast, he was saying that he did that because back in the day in his neighborhood, in the hood, he used to joke about how if you want to be up or you want to be rich or you want to be successful, you got to be white. So he put himself white on the album cover because, he let them know that he's out of here, he's big time.
In our hood, we always joked and played. I got a lot of white friends and shit, but we always joked and played in my hood like, shit, you want to be the biggest, go white. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said when I put the album cover out, hey, if you want to be the biggest, go white.
Yeah.
You watch school. We just talking shit because there's so many big black people. I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? I understand. We just, it's just a narrative that the world paint and we just going with the narrative. You want to be the biggest, go white.
But to your point, to have that as the first song and it's called Ninja and we're saying the ER, it's like, nah. Like you say, it's confusing now because this is not a joke. This is not a joke, And then the blue eyes too, like your eyes is not blue. So it's what kind of pocket are you really playing into? I just didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit. I like the fact that brother expressing himself and making music instead of just saying anything. But I'm right back to him just saying anything now. Like, bro, will we lock in? Lock in. I remember coming home and just being, I was locked in, but I was on impulse. And then it came to a point where I was about to crash out, and I had to remind myself, hold on, slow down and lock in, slow down. I don't know if you rush this album. I don't know if you rush certain songs. Or, maybe it's dollars involved. I don't know, but that ain't good money right there. That first track. Everything else to me, I like. The fact that he put somebody that he was beefing with forever, Lucci, on the same album as his, and he jumped on his album and they dropped their beef and they're coming together and they bringing neighborhoods together. I liked that. I appreciate that. But this N-word with the ER at the end, Headaches. I stopped listening to certain artists behind Thug, Gunna. I don't listen to Gunna no more. But it's like, dang. How did Gunna figure it out before you? How did that happen? And I don't even want to say that. But how did that happen? How, Thug? All you gotta do is just make some solid content that I know you know how to do because you're an artist. That ER is, I feel like you stretching it to a point that you don't even know. But yep, this is power language. I'm gonna wish the best for my artists that I support and myself. Shout out to Joe. Joe back again for another one. Peace.